What's up, Viking Nation? I'm here with another Viking showcase. I'd like to introduce you to our new English teacher in the high school. Welcome, Miss Surprenant.
Hello.
Miss Surprenant survived her first day of school, and not only was it her first day of school, it was the first day of her career, and a pretty cool day for her. And I want to tell you a little bit about her. She grew up in Sleepy Eye, Minnesota, and graduated from Sleepy Eye St. Mary's Catholic School. She completed her student teaching in Coon Rapids, Minnesota, and graduated this last spring from the University of Minnesota Morris. So brand new teacher starting off her career. She's going to be teaching 8th grade, 9th grade, and 11th grade English this school year. And we're super glad that she's joined our team. She's going to be an excellent addition. She already looks the part of a Minnesota Viking. And so Miss Surprenant has 6 questions that she's ready to answer. She already knows the questions. And then I'll put her on the hot spot or the hot seat, and I'll put her on the spot, and we'll ask 10 questions here at the end that she doesn't know are coming her way. So are you ready, Miss Surprenant?
I am ready.
All right, first question's an easy one. You survived your first day of school as a Minnesota Viking. How did it go?
It went really, really well. A lot of the students were really engaged and listened and asked thoughtful questions because today we went over the classroom expectations and what our daily schedule is going to look like. So they had a lot of good questions and a lot of suggestions on how to make my classroom run well for them because each hour had the option of adding some more expectations that they wanted of their classmates. So it went really well. We also did a fun Kahoot. And
kids love Kahoots.
I tricked them so bad on one of the questions. I asked, how many toes does a dog have in total? And the answer is 18.
They couldn't get that.
Not a lot of people ever got that right.
Oh, nice. Well, I'll tell you what, during your interview, we were obviously really impressed with you as a candidate, but an interesting connection to Minnesota kind of came out during the interview. One that probably made our job ad stick out a little bit. Can you share that story with us?
Yeah, so my mother is a Van Coolen. Her father and her grandparents, my great grandparents, lived here in Minnesota. So Leo Van Coolen, he grew up here, and then my great grandparents are Paul and Alma Van Coolen. So I had a family connection. And so when I saw Minnesota pop up, I was like, ooh, I know that place.
Very cool. Small world for sure.
Oh yeah.
So it's the first year of your career, first day of your career. What are you most excited about?
I'm most excited to see what the students latch onto in each unit. I'm reusing some stuff from student teaching, and I always think it's interesting what students pick up that maybe I didn't pick up, and then we can have this wonderful discussion and really like deeply dive into the texts in a way that maybe I wasn't expecting that day, you know? Yeah, good. I'm excited.
Very good. Hey, one day down, 173 to go.
Oh, is that how many days there are in school?
Yeah, somebody told me that in the hallway here after school, and I don't think we're going to put up a countdown in the hallway, but yeah, so one day down. So what do you do for fun in your free time? When you have free time, what do you do for fun?
I do a lot of bike riding, so you might see me biking along the trail. But I also have a black cat. His name is Cocoa Beans that I spend a lot of time with. He plays fetch. He plays fetch like a dog.
Wow.
Yeah. Otherwise, I also knit. So I have a couple of sweaters that I made. I'm currently working on a sweater for a friend of mine who requested one. And it's a big project.
Good. Very good. So looking back, did you have, when you were a kid and when you were in high school, did you have a teacher that made a big impact on you?
Yes, I actually had 2, and they were both my English teachers. So Mrs. Angie Novotny, she was my English teacher for most of my high school career. And she kind of really helped me gain an appreciation for British literature. I was someone who didn't really like Shakespeare. I didn't like reading the early modern English, but she helped kind of gain an appreciation for it. she was just a really, really friendly teacher. Like we knew that we could go to her for any problems that we were having, and she would listen and she would help us um, find solutions to our problems. And then Mr. Nick Mayhew, who was my English teacher my senior year, really helped me develop as a writer, but also as a person. I did a lot of growing during his class because we would have, discussions about harder topics because he said, well, you're seniors, you can handle this. And he was right, we could handle it. And I was really appreciative of him, kind of treating us more like adults and not so much as like 10-year-olds. We got a little bit of, one of our teachers treated us like we didn't know what we were doing, and that frustrated us.
Yep. Yep.
But so Mr. Mayhew and Mrs. Novotny.
Okay. How do you currently feel about Shakespeare and like
I love Shakespeare. I've acted in 2 Shakespeare plays.
Okay.
So I'm really, really into Shakespeare. I took the advanced Shakespeare class at college. Yeah. So I've really learned how to make it like more common language. I can parse out very, very easily. Okay, this is what he's actually saying. So I can give students a quick summary if they're really struggling with what's going on in the scene.
Yeah, I'm an English major too, and I wasn't a big fan of Shakespeare in college, and I'm probably still not a fan. But you're right, it's the flowery language that is so thick to get through. So I was more of an American literature guy with that, but I totally feel you. I totally understand that not liking it's an acquired taste for sure. So
oh yeah. Chaucer is much harder for me because he's the Middle English and the words are all spelled wrong and F's are S's and
yep, for sure. You had your first day of class today, and a lot of your students are going to watch this too. What do you want your students to know about you and your classroom?
So my classroom, in terms of my teaching style, I am a big, big believer in the fact that comprehension works best if you are reading and listening at the same time. So we are going to be reading a lot of our texts out loud, and even though we're reading them out loud, you still need to have your text open in front of you because that's how you're really going to understand what's going on, is if you can see it and you can hear it at the same time. As for me, don't be afraid to come to me about any of your struggles or even any of your joys, because I want to share with you guys. Like if you're having a really good day and you just want to tell someone, like, go ahead, tell me. But if you're having a rough day or you need to vent about a math test, like also feel free to come to me. I talk to all of my students about this. I have a check-in board at the back of the classroom where they can take a sticky note, put their name on the back, and then just put it where they want to put it. I'm doing fine. I have happy news and I really want to share it with you. Or if I need a check-in, that's kind of more heavy news or some of the venting. So don't be afraid to use that check-in board, and I'll be checking it every single day to see who needs a check-in and who wants to talk.
Very cool. I think kids are going to feel safe and safe to learn and to take chances in your class. That's going to be a good thing. So you survived the canned questions. So now
Yes.
we move on to the hard questions. So we're going to put you on the hot seat now. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
All right. Question number 1. What is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is when people are breathing and eating at the same time. Like if you are breathing through your mouth and eating, makes me angry to no end. And I don't understand why.
I will make sure I do not have lunch with you. I will probably offend you. Is social media a good thing for society or a bad thing?
It can be good and it can be bad. Like on the bad side, we're having a lot of body image issues, but on the good side, I can connect with friends who are now living across the United States. One of my best friends literally just moved to Arizona. So social media helps me be able to still stay in contact with him and know what's going on in his life.
If you could have anyone in the world come in and give a guest lecture in your classroom, who would it be and why?
I don't know why this is so hard. The reason it's so hard is because there's like three people who jumped into my head right away. I think I would have to say Becca Gherkin, who was one of my English professors at Morris, because she is a Native American professor, and I feel like Native American issues aren't talked a lot about, and we need to be reading more Native American literature. And so it would be nice for her to come in kind of more as an expert and give some testimony that I wouldn't be able to teach in a classroom.
Wow, I thought for sure you'd go with a celebrity, but hopefully that professor sees that. That's pretty cool. That's probably an attainable goal. You could probably get that professor here at some point. That's pretty cool.
We might have to pay her, but
all right, what's your least favorite food?
people are going to hate me for this. My least favorite food is pizza.
Wow. That is an answer I did not see coming.
I have a dairy restriction. If I eat too much dairy, I am in pain, and pizza is basically all dairy.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, if you had to come back in your next life as an animal, which animal would you choose to be? And you cannot say cat.
Can I say panther?
Sure. Is that what you're going with?
No, I'll go with a horse. I really love Shire horses as well.
Okay, very cool. All right, if we told you, or if you were told that you are not allowed to be a teacher anymore, you had to choose a different profession, which profession are you going to choose instead?
I would probably go audition with the Shakespeare Company in St. Paul and do Shakespeare in the Round and be an actress.
Very cool, very cool. Off the top of your head, what is the most annoying thing about society in general?
People are on their phones too much.
I would agree.
Yeah, I know I do that too much too, but it's really frustrating if I'm going out to eat with friends and I'm trying to have a conversation and everybody's just like this, just on their phone, not really engaging.
I would agree. All right, you have to come up with, what are your 3 favorite smells?
Roses, lilac, and lavender.
Wow, no hesitation. It's like you knew that question was coming. All right, if you could insert yourself into one of your favorite novels as a character, you're going to insert yourself. Which novel are you putting yourself in?
Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay, why?
It's just a fun world, and having, a world with magic, but also being able to pop back over to the real Earth, I think is a really interesting mechanic that they put into the book. So
very cool. All right, last question, and you're off the hot seat. What is your favorite Disney movie?
Is Treasure Planet a Disney movie, or is that Pixar?
Not sure.
Well, if it is Disney, then it's Treasure Planet. And if it's Pixar, then The Journey to Atlantis, which I know for sure is Disney.
Okay, very cool. Well, I appreciate you taking time to do this, and so we can showcase you to the Minneota community. And I know you're tired after the first day of teaching, so get home and get some rest, and back at it tomorrow. So I appreciate it. Thank you for joining our team. We're glad you're here. We're glad that you're a Viking, and it's going to be a great year.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.